assessment tool that we had was the Kahn-Lewis Phonological Analysis, KLPA. It's a norm reference analysis of phonological process usage, and we would use this alongside the Goldman-Fristow to further analyze the other 53 target words. And the ages that would be typically used with is 2 to 21 and 11 months.
And the materials that you'll need are the manual, the analysis form where you analyze the phonological processes, and we'll go through this when we go through the whole assessment, and then the sound change booklet, which describes different sound changes and how to mark them on the form. This assessment is used with students and SLPs who have training in phonetics, articulation, and phonological disorders, and it typically takes 10 to 30 minutes to administer depending on the severity of the examinee's articulation.
Administer the Goldman-Fristow test of articulation, and this is the first portion before we go to the KLPA, and this is just looking at the words that the child can identify,
and then we will then do an analysis of the phonological processes that are present after the Goldman-Fristow.
And the 53 words.
Yes. So we're going to administer a couple of the Goldman-Fristow words.
Okay. What do you call this?
Telephone.
What is this?
Cup.
What is this?
Knife.
What is this?
Spoon.
Completed a little bit of the Goldman-Fristow. You would typically collect a speech sample from the child before administering the Goldman-Fristow, since we're just looking at individual words within this assessment. And then we would go on to filling out any identifying information. And this is present in here.
That's in the manual. It shows you how to fill out the identifying information.
Such as parents' names, the test date, the examinee, the examiner, the test location.
And then you can move on to filling out the development of phonological processes form, which looks like this. And it has different phonological processes along the top. And it has like the different examples of each process in each row that shows what could be happening with the sounds in the word that was said. So for this top one here, house, it shows the different sounds and it shows the different phonological processes that can occur with that word. So you'll start by writing the word in phonetics, the production that the child or client has produced. You will then go to the section where it says sound changes, and you'll write any sound changes and omissions here. Then you will go across the row and look at the phonological processes, and if one is present, it shows you an example above it. If one is present, you will just color the circle in for that process.
There's also different highlighting. If you can see the blue, it would be in the initial position of words. The yellow would be in the medial position of words, and the green would be in the final position of words. And that just is highlighted throughout this chart as well. With scoring, you would total all of the columns. Look in this. The bottom would have the sums. So you just go down and add all those up. This would be an example of the chart filled out. You can see some of the bubbled in answers.
And in order to find out scores and ratings based on the sums, you'll use this front page. This front page is where you fill out the ratings. You will convert the amount of phonological processes into ratings. So based on the amount that are present for each category, you'll get a rating of 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And those ratings you will circle on the front page here in this section right here. And then those are for developmental phonological processes, and the non-developmental phonological processes are scored with percentages, and those can be found
in Table D1 of the manual, and you would just correspond the sum with the percentage in this chart, and the percentages would then be written back on this page.
And then you would have a completed score of developmental phonological processing profile, and then the non-developmental.